Mary Pat Fisher's chapter 6, which is the chapter on Confucianism and Daoism. And in fact, that chapter is entitled Confucianism and Daoism. Mary Pat Fisher basically, in the most simple way that I could define it, defines Daoism as the way of nature and immortality, while Confucianism is the way of virtue, or it's about virtue. So I want to start off by talking about Daoism, and Daoism as this way of nature and immortality, as well as a balance thing, and Dao simply meaning the way of things. So I want to read a few quotes and from the book and talk about them. So on page 188, Mary Pat Fisher, while talking about Daoism, says, there are several basic principles for the life in the harmony with the Tao. One is to experience the transcendence and unity of all things, rather than separation. This realization can only be attained when one acts as to fill any personal preferences. Daoism is concerned with the direct experience of the universe, accepting and cooperating with things as they are, not with setting and standing on morality, not with labeling things as good or bad. Zaguzzi asserts that herein lies true spirituality. So here, Fisher just points out that within Daoism and within the way of natural immortality and the way things go, like there is, you can only find this balance or this Daoism, this way through direct experience of the universe. And when I read this, I just have a few questions. What is this? How can one experience the direct experience of the universe? How do we know that it's a pure experience, not tainted by technology, not tainted through our lens? And I wonder if we can ever clearly see that Tao, clearly be at that place of Tao, void of all other forms of interference and outside of interferences. The other quote I want to point out also from the part about Daoism by Mary Pat Fisher is, the result of the woo-woo is not interference. Much of Lasselle's teaching is directed at rulers, that they might guide society without interfering with the nature, with its natural course. Nothing is evil, but things may be out of balance. The world is naturally in harmony. Tao is our original nature, but according to tradition, the golden age of Tao declined as human departed from the way. And this goes back to the first statement, or the first questions that I have is, well, actually more questions than that. One, when did humans depart from the way, and what did that look like? What caused humanity to depart from the way, which is the Tao? But even more than that, my question is, did humans ever, or were humans ever actually practicing the way in that sense? Was humanity ever in that golden stage in which nothing was evil and everything was balanced, and we focused on the balance and not ask the question of what is good and evil? Because it appears to me that the questioning of asking what is good and evil also aids into our departing from that sense of the way. Now, Confucianism, which is Fisher defines as the practice of virtues, is it's a little different. It seems like Confucianism is more focused on, actually, in a sense, the opposite of what is good and what is evil. What makes sense. So, on page 143, Fisher says, foremost among the virtues that Confucius felt could save society was Renjin. Translation as the central term include innate goodness, love, benevolence, perfect virtue, humaneness, and human-heartedness. The prime example of Ren should be the ruler. Rulers will be required to rule not by physical force, but by the example of personal virtue. So here in Confucius, it's really and I mean, it boils down to the conversation of ethics and the sense of what is good, what is evil, what is virtue, and this, to me, it's this interesting sense of the yin and yang, the balance between, or the opposites between Daoism, which is focused on the way and things being within its natural state, versus virtue and good and versus bad. And within Confucianism, it seems to be focused more on the way in which things are governed and ethics. And the way in which society is treated. Confucianism has, as Fisher points out, has always promoted education as in fact the only way of social reform. So this may, for me, when I think about this, I think of some of these countries that honors education in a way that, at least here in the United States, we do not honor, we do not look at it in the same way. And reading this, it makes sense for me. It brings up a it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's why that's why education is honored and respected in a different way. So I also want to go back and just talk about a few terms that I didn't speak about. Dao, or often people refer to as Tao, but Dao is the way or path, the nameless. Neo-Confucianism, Confucianism stressed the importance of meditation and dedication to becoming a noble person established during the Chinese Han and Song dynasty. The qi, the vital energy in the universe and the bodies, according to the East Asian esoteric traditions. And I didn't talk much about the qi. I apologize. The wind, humanity, benevolence, the Wu Wei, in Taoism, not doing, in the sense of taking no action, contrary to the natural flow. The Yang, in Chinese philosophy, the bright, assertive male energy in the universe. The Yi, righteousness, conducted in confusion, virtue, stressed by Mencius. And then the Yin, in Chinese philosophy, the dark, receptive female energy in the universe. Thank you.